Hi, I'm Russell Leeds, and on this video, I'm going to be taking you through the 5-step guide that you need when starting your own business. Now, some of these points sound pretty simple, but the amount of business owners that you see, and they've got a business idea, and they go at it, and they go at it, and they go at it, and they go at it. And you look at it from the outside and you think, that is not a great business idea. But when you're in the moment and you're so blinkered on, you're so desperate for your idea to succeed, you've put all this time and effort and it's hard to pull out. And sometimes in business, you need to know when to quit. So whether you've got a business right now or whether you're starting a business from scratch, for me, I always take it through 5 key points. Does it tick these 5 key points? And if it does, then the business is a goer. If it doesn't, then it's not something that I'm going to want to get involved with. So I'm going to take you through those 5 points now. So number 1 is replicate. Is it a business that you can replicate? Now, the reason this is so important for me is if I start a new business or if I invest in a business, I want it to be something that can scale. A lot of people will start a business where they're self-employed and it's just them, and the plan with that business is that they go and do the work and they get paid. And that's fine, but if it's a business for me, I want to be able to scale it. So can you replicate the business? Can you get other people to come in and do the work for you so that you don't have to do anything? When I start a business, the idea for me is that I fire myself from that business as fast as possible. You want to replace yourself in the business. And the only way you can do that is if you've got a business model that allows you to replicate it. Okay, step 2 is in demand. Is your product that you're going to be selling or your service, is it in demand? It sounds obvious, but a lot of people want to start businesses just because it's something that they enjoy doing, which is fine if it's just a hobby, but it's got to be in demand. People have got to want it. Do people want what you're selling? Really important. Number 3, is there a good profit margin? Okay, again, if you're in business, the reason for a business is the primary reason is to make money. So is there a good profit margin? There's no point having a business that turns over £100 million a year if your costs are £99.5 million a year, because you've got all that turnover, but your profit's very, very little. So for me, I always want to get involved in businesses where the profit margin is high, because it makes it a lot easier to make money. You either want to be making a good profit margin or in such vast bulk that it doesn't matter that the profit margin is low. But for me, good profit margin, really, really important. Number 4, high barrier to entry. So what is high barrier to entry? Whether it be you've got to buy some expensive machinery, or you've got to have a certain ridiculously high qualification in order to offer the service, or whatever it be, but you want it to be high barrier to entry. That means high barrier to entry. If it's difficult to get started, if there are obstacles in the way, it will put other people off doing it. If it's too easy, everyone will do it, including your staff. If you want to replicate it, and it's low barrier to entry, you're going to struggle. Those two don't really go hand in hand. So you actually want it to be harder to get started, because if other people won't do it, it gives you the advantage. And when you're doing it and you're going through the high barrier process, you can just think, I'm prepared to do this because I'm unstoppable. The other people, they won't. Gives you an advantage, gives you an edge. So you want it to be high barrier to entry. And number 5, you need to be true. You need to be true to yourself. You need to be doing something that you're passionate about, something that you love. Steve Jobs said that you have to have a lot of passion for what you do, because if you don't have passion for what you do, you'll give up. Any rational person would give up. So you need to be passionate about it. If it's something that you enjoy doing, you're being true to yourself, you're doing what you believe you're called to do. And if you've got that, as well as the other 4 steps, those 5 steps, dude, you are going to be unstoppable. So that is my 5-step guide. I'm going into more detail on each point over the next few weeks. So make sure you check out the videos over the next few weeks. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button below. If you've got any comments, please do comment below. If you've got any questions, we're more than happy to answer, and look forward to seeing you next week.